and welcome to the final episode of the Newman Show, at least for now.
Temporarily.
Temporarily. How long it's going to be all for, I'm not exactly sure. Again, I just have, my schedule is overloaded.
It happens.
It's a good problem to have.
So, yeah, unfortunately, I had to pick a couple of things to go. I'm trying to step back from comedy, yet I seem to be working every week at comedy.
Every time I step back, it pulls me back in.
Exactly. It's hard to get away, and I'll talk about that, with the show that was yesterday.
Yes.
And, unfortunately, I had to make some choices. I'm doing real estate, and I needed a night where we could do monthly meetups, but I had something every night. And I just need a breath, so, I'm just going to put the show on hold for a bit. Hopefully it's not that long.
Hopefully not. It's a great show. I love it. I mean,
appreciate it.
It started with the Pinup School Cats and Comics.
Right.
That's where we discovered and learned about each other, really,
Right.
and then it moved on to the Newman Show. And honest, I'm not just saying this. You've had a fun show, an informative show. It's ran the gambit, and then you get us on, and then we just bring it all the way down.
Funny, and then you have us, and exactly
drop it to the
ratings
ground level.
Go
Well, I
through
think
the floor.
it was being that we're going off air, might as well have the worst possible
Might
guest
as
on
well.
there.
Why not?
Hey, stay consistent.
But actually, you've been on the most. You guys are no strangers to podcasts.
Controversy.
You have the Better Half podcast.
Better half. That's
Together.
our podcast.
You have the mysterious, unseen dad podcast.
I hope to have that sometime in 2019. It was supposed to be by the end of the summer, but again, it's scheduling is rough when you have a full-time job, a wife, and 2 kids, and now a dog.
That's why I'm able to do 5 podcasts, because I don't have a wife, 2 kids, or a dog.
Or responsibilities.
You want to run through yours, because we never really did last week.
Yeah, sure. We got an hour, right?
Yeah.
So, of course, the A Show, the Better Half podcast.
Oh,
which,
now
of
it's
course,
the A Show.
You can find us every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, wherever you listen to podcasts. We're live every 5th episode.
Yes, Facebook Live every 5th episode.
Yep. The Retro Gamers podcast every Tuesday, myself and Anthony Rippo, where we reminisce about video games. The Yin and the Yang podcast every Friday, myself and Anthony Chu. I know a lot of Italians. Guess which one of them is not Italian? Where we talk about MMA, martial arts, health, wellness, have a good time with it. And of course, I have my Talking More Wrestling now that the wrestling scene is exploding.
Health and wellness?
Which shows. It's the yin and the yang. I'm the yang, okay?
Okay.
I mean, Anthony's fit as can be.
I know.
No, he really is.
Definitely yin and yang.
And then Talking More Wrestling, again, where I talk more wrestling. That's MOHR. So check it out wherever you listen to your podcast.
With your host, Jay Moore.
Oh, me.
Oh, you, sorry.
If it was Jay Moore, I'd watch it. But
I'd watch it too.
He's a wrestling coach.
I was in a chat room one time years ago. Anthony
AOL?
Cumia, almost, listen to me, where Anthony Cumia was doing a show from a compound, from his basement or whatever, and my handle, More365, MOHR, cheap plug, I went in and they thought I was Jay Moore. And I ran with it for about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, they looked at his picture and they're like, oh, Jay Moore's
wait
let
a
himself go.
that's
Jeez.
more.
Yeah.
That's definitely
A lot more than Jay
A
Moore.
couple more donuts there than you should.
Donuts.
All right, so we're hoping some special guests might drop by, but I don't know, because again, with busy schedules, you never know. So I didn't want to announce anything.
Traffic's been pretty bad too.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get into the
to
sponsors, and then we'll start the final episode.
All right.
So we're going to start with Frank Zambuto and Kayla Logistics. Frank Zambuto is a good friend, family. He's definitely someone to go to if you want to do any logistic type stuff. And
Excuse me.
Oh, wait a minute. What's going on?
Here he is. President
Can
Trump is coming with us.
Can you get up, please?
Oh, hold
Frank,
on.
if you don't mind, Frank, just let Trump sit there.
Of course, it's always me. Okay.
Welcome, President Trump. How you doing?
Dennis, I just want to say it's great being here, the Newman Show. I knew a guy named Newman. He was a mailman, much like that other fat guy. But let me tell you something. It's great being here. I love it. I love the show. I love everything about you. I love your shirt.
How you doing,
I know
Mr.
you.
Trump?
Oh, you're here?
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I
Jesus.
see you almost every other week.
It's terrible. Terrible.
This is a perfect time because I'm starting to read through the sponsors. And
I
know
love
you're a
sponsors.
businessman, and
Big
you know
businessman. I
some
love
stuff.
business. The Art of Business. That's my book.
You're going to like this one then.
Yeah. So, Kayla Logistics, well, your business is our priority.
I dated a girl named Kayla once. She's very hot. Very hot. Fantastic booty.
Our goal is to provide our customers with end-to-end logistics solutions worldwide. Contact Frank Zambuto regarding all of your international import and export needs. Frank also has domestic contracts with many of the largest coast-to-coast trucking companies in the USA for non-personal
Truck
cargo.
drivers, they're the bloodline of America.
Yeah,
America's
definitely.
great. It's great. 2020, great. It's huge.
And-
What are you giggling at, Chubby?
For the Newman Show listeners, just mention the Newman Show, and Frank will take 10% off your first domestic trucking shipment in the USA.
Great,
Frank-
terrific.
Frank's at Butte and K Logistics, where your business is our priority. Now, Frank is really good at what's going on with the tariffs, especially with China.
Oh,
And maybe you can
tariffs.
speak firsthand on that. 'Cause it's confusing.
Let me
isn't
tell
it?
you one thing. The tariffs to China, we are winning that. It's going to be huge. Huge tariffs for them, no tariffs for us. It's great. It's fantastic.
That's
It's
great.
huge.
So Frank knows all about that. I don't
Frank's
know if
great
Frank
guy. He's
speaks
a
to
great
you, but-
American. Great American. I know him personally. Great
Great.
American.
But if you would like to reach out to Frank, you could call him direct at 347-536-3933 or frank at klogistics.com. So,
That's a great phone number. A lot of round numbers in
yes,
it. I like round
easy
numbers.
to remember.
You deal with a lot of Franks when you're ever on a podcast.
Well, yeah,
Mr.
well, you know,
President.
it's a good name. He's a good guy,
Okay,
Frank.
just checking.
Frank Zambuto, Frank Pacina. Great guys. Great
No,
guys.
we didn't
Great
call you
American.
Frank. We didn't
No,
call
no,
you yet.
Frank, just
you gotta hold on.
hang
I know.
out.
Just
You sure-
wait.
you sure?
Yeah, just wait.
Okay.
All right.
Sit down.
I don't know if you're into motorcycles at all, but our next
Love
sponsor
motorcycles.
is Felon for Life.
Great America.
And Jay Martin is the owner-operator, specializes in Harleys. And I know you're a big Harley guy.
Big. I
You've been
used to
the
drive one back down the streets of Manhattan, 5th Avenue, 6th Avenue. I had a hog. Her name was Penelope.
Mr. President, come on.
And-
A little
The
decorum.
bike's name was Penelope.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I had
Jay,
another hog.
You're
Gotcha.
going to like
Name was
Jay
Mala.
too, because what he does is he'll work on any bike. It doesn't have to be a Harley, but his specialty is trying to get our U.S. veterans back on the road.
Love the veterans.
And I know
Love
you're a
'em.
big fan of our
I
vets.
love. I'm a
Absolutely.
big fan of our veterans. You know who's not a big fan of our veterans?
Who?
Pelosi.
Oh.
I hate her.
Yeah, she's
Like to
she's
see
not-
her head
not
on a
herself.
bike.
Oh, come on.
A bike. I said a bike.
Oh, bike. Okay, I'm sorry.
He tries to get these guys on for little or no cost.
Fantastic.
And he's open to donations. You could call him at 516
I'm gonna make a donation right now.
996-2780 or skullfan33 at AOL.com. You can drop off parts.
Great
money.
American. Great American.
And Mr. Trump, I know you got some money laying around if you could help him out. maybe,
Absolutely.
help get some of
Terrific.
these vets
I'll
back
take
on
some
the
of the
road.
money from the wall, put it right towards his bikes.
And whether you need
Huge.
mechanics, you need accessories put on, aftermarket equipment, he could do it all.
Remember to wear your
Definitely
helmets,
reach out to
okay?
Jay.
It's huge. It's huge. Huge helmets are
That's
huge.
good. You gotta tell the kids.
Got it,
Tell the
kids. When you're driving your motorcycle, kids, wear your helmet. It's huge. Huge.
absolutely.
You don't want a huge boo boo, okay? It's very bad. Very bad.
Now last
Like
but not
Schumer.
least, and I know you're not a fan of, you really don't drink or do any drugs, but the Irish Pub is also a big supporter of our
I
show.
do like the Irish.
You do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
yes.
You do.
I'm Irish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Trump's a wonderful Irish last name.
But just a few things. The Irish Pub is in Baldwin. It's on Merrick Road. It's right near Grand Avenue. I don't want to use East or West because it confuses people.
Very
but
confusing,
It's
very
between
confusing.
Milburn and Grand Avenue on Merrick Road.
I don't get to Long Island much.
What? Not anymore.
They're looking for dart players for next season, so definitely
Oh,
go down there Monday
okay.
or Tuesday. I don't. Do you shoot? darts,
Mike,
Trump?
Mike Pence, big dart player.
Okay.
Big dart player.
Maybe he can come down and join Sean's
We have one
team.
hanging on Hillary's picture.
This week is all about Halloween. So Friday they're doing haunted karaoke contest,
Ooh.
and I believe they're still doing their open bar from 10 to 12. It's $30.
Great.
You know, for certain bar drinks. And Saturday is the first annual costume contest. It's going to start at 9 p.m. and the first place prize is a gift basket with a $50 gift certificate, bunch of booze, and other cool prizes inside.
That's not
And,
bad.
I got a
that
great
sounds-
costume this year. You know what
What
I'm
do you got,
going
man?
as? I'm going as Hillary.
Ooh,
That's
in
scary.
a prison outfit.
Oh,
yeah, it's
wow.
gonna
Scary.
be huge. She's gonna- Look at me, trying to lock me up.
I was going to go as Eric Trump.
It's a great
Yeah,
costume.
okay.
Great
All right,
costume.
cool.
I don't know if you can fit into his suits though.
Oh, well,
Larry.
sorry.
They're going to try again. Sunday, they were going to try to do a cornhole tournament, but unfortunately,
Cornhole,
Cornhole Day.
yeah.
This
It's
Sunday
funny.
may rain again, but if not, I don't know if you're a cornhole player, but, you know.
I was gonna put one in the rose garden, but Melania didn't want me.
Melania.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Melania didn't want me to put one there. So she likes roses.
And, of course, it's football season. There's
I
a lot of
love
football
football.
specials going on.
Yeah. Screw the
They have the
Patriots.
tailgate menu.
Tom Brady over the wall.
Well, Tom Brady's a fan of yours.
Yeah, but still, I don't like the
Okay.
Patriots. Don't tell him. No. I
Speaking
do know
of,
Robert
speaking of
Kraft.
sport, well, while we're still doing the Irish pub thing, I heard you were booed at the World Series. What's that all about?
You know, they're a bunch of liberal idiots over there. They don't know anything about baseball, booing. I'm the president. I had my hot dog and my popcorn. I was good to go. I don't care about booing.
Now, you just killed a
Baghdadi.
#1 terrorist
Got
in the
him.
world.
Daddy.
Got him. Washington
And,
Post. You see that? Bunch of Fruit Loops over
What-
there with their headline, oh, he was a religious leader. Oh, shut up.
And all they seem to be concerned about is that you didn't tell Pelosi or anyone in Congress.
Why should I?
Why should
She's
you?
a
Exactly.
loser. Big shaky-faced loser.
No, they probably would have called them and tipped them off just to make
They
it
would
look
have thought,
bad.
"Hey, Trump's coming for you."
And I love how President Trump, you actually did declassify one of the soldiers.
Yes, very
who went
great,
in.
great hero,
Wonderful,
terrific hero.
Wonderful dog, name not declassified.
We can't give out his name.
You're protecting the
Gotta protect
wonderful
our gotta protect our
four-legged friend
soldiers.
here.
Rough.
Yes, check him out.
I think
But-
it's time we got a dog in the White House.
Maybe.
There's a lot of football specials going on, like 60-cent wings, $8 load of potato skins,
Love wings.
beer specials, $2.50 Bud Lights, $5 Great South Bay Pumpkin, $10 Bud Light pitches, and $17 pumpkin pitchers. And next Monday, because it's the first week without the show, we're going to be having like a fan appreciation party there. So,
cool.
Mr. Trump, if you're still in the area, if you'd like to stop by.
If I'm in town, I am there. Okay, it's gonna be
Okay,
huge.
great.
Gonna have
You can bring
to.
Melania?
I bring Melania. I bring Ivanka. I bring them all.
Ivanka, all right.
Now, unfortunately, I see Secret Service is calling you. You
Yes,
gotta go.
I
but
do
thank
gotta
you
go.
so
I got
much for stopping
I have
by.
the helicopter parked outside. I must go. I'm sorry.
Is that what that
Dennis,
noise is?
It's been great meeting.
Thank you so
It's been-
much,
Larry.
President.
Always
I'll-
a pleasure.
I'm gonna see you in a couple weeks,
See you
yeah.
next week.
Can you
in a
just send
couple-
Frank back in?
I'll go
Thank
get
you,
him. Hey,
thank you,
Chubby,
thank you,
get
sir.
back in here. I'm talking to you. Okay, hold on. Let me. How do I get this up? How do I get this up? I heard a rumor once that Frank played a joke on me.
Oh, don't worry about it. Not
He's
true.
Over the
No,
wall. We can get that fat ass over the wall. It's gone. All right, Trump out.
Okay.
All right.
Frank, did you finally get to see President Trump a little bit?
Yeah,
let me
you
help
just
you there.
hold on.
Got it?
Help me with my mic.
the mic
Yeah,
on?
you're on.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right.
So,
All right, you're good.
You good? All right.
you guys,
Every time.
Fortunately, President Trump had to go, but he was here live. Hopefully, you got to see it at home. But
He
no,
does,
it
it's
looks-
weird.
they were saying there was no picture.
No.
I guess we were still on the air. Sorry,
All right.
people.
He did high five me on the way out.
Yeah,
so
he
that's-
did. We're going to try to get President Trump to come to the show. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll
Next Monday at the Irish Pub, I'm doing a fan appreciation. I should probably be there about 7, 8 o'clock like I normally be here for the show. I'd love you guys to come down and hang out.
All right. Well, we'll see what's going on.
And there will be food and
So.
drink specials.
That's always
No.
That's
That's right up Larry's
Yeah,
alley.
that's
Drink
if I can
specials.
eat cheaper. It's
And
better.
who knows, if I can come up with something during the week, some type of giveaway, I got to talk to some people, and I'm going to try to get all my sponsors down there if possible. And
Big Newman Palooza.
yes,
I like that.
There we go.
Newman Palooza.
Copyright. Right here.
Write that
Newman
down.
Palooza next week.
Patent pending.
Do we get-
No, we didn't get his autograph
No
and
autograph.
picture. So
He's not
yeah.
very. When he comes over, because President Trump often shows up on the Better Half every other Wednesday. Where we
He
listen
just
to
shows up
podcasts.
in my basement all the
And,
time.
He does.
Yes, I want to thank you guys because I wouldn't have known him if it wasn't for you.
It's-
I think
the
he
oddest
tracks us
thing.
somehow because I didn't know he knew we were here.
He's the president. He can
Look,
find
of
anybody.
all the podcasts he picks ours.
Right,
I
that's
know.
amazing.
It is very honorable.
He's a huge fan.
I'll take it.
Huge fan.
Huge.
Huge fan.
Huge. I can't do it.
Yeah,
And yours is
I
terrible.
try to do a
Yours
Trump
is
impression.
Yeah, you do a horrible Trump
terrible.
impression.
Sorry.
Leave it to the man
Huge,
himself.
huge. No, see, he says more.
Yeah, so let's talk about what's going on. Being that Trump was just here, I just find it funny that when Obama was president, Bin Laden was killed. It was Obama killed Bin Laden, like he had the rifle in his
Right,
hand,
yeah.
and everybody was praising him. It was a great moment for America, and everybody
Yeah,
got together. Yet Trump kills Big Daddy, and it's, well, he didn't do it. The military did it.
Right. Oh, not even that. What what Mr. Trump alluded to, the Washington Post headline, which I believe
I
they
was
had to
gonna mention
remove.
that, yeah.
Did they remove it?
I think so.
Redacted.
He was a store religious leader.
How do
know?
you call him a religious leader?
It's
He was the #1 terrorist in the world.
The hatred for Trump is so bad that this was a good thing for our country.
Yeah.
This was a good thing for the world.
You killed the leader of Al Qaeda, great. You killed the leader of ISIS, bad.
Yeah. Well.
And Jamie Lee Curtis had to pull back a tweet.
There you go.
She went after Trump saying that he suffered and it wasn't right. All humans are human.
He
She ended up
suffered.
pulling
Tell that to
back.
my friend. Tell that to
Yeah.
my friend who died. Two of my friends who died in the Twin Towers. Let me know if they suffered. I don't even think they were found yet. So, Jamie Lee
So
Curtis,
it's
stick to your
amazing.
Activia and shut your pie
And the
hole.
news stories today, whereas, when Bin Laden was killed, Bin Laden, front page of every paper, talking, we got him, this, that, and the other thing.
They said they
What-
removed and replaced it with another headline.
What is everyone talking about today? President Trump gets booed at the World Series. Or President Trump does this without asking Congress's approval first. What? Is this
You know what? No,
Are you
it-
so hard up on Trump you can't even take
it
a
was
good
he didn't
thing?
tell Pelosi first.
Yeah.
So who Shut up.
He doesn't have to.
He doesn't
She's
have
not
to.
the president.
Exactly. He
He's the
doesn't have to.
commander-in-chief. They admittedly that we're still in a war on terror, so we're in a war. So he already has Congress's approval for the war. 'cause
Absolutely.
it's
He
ongoing.
doesn't. Exactly. They can't. They keep tripping over themselves, and it's just going to hurt them.
I see Frank just tuned in. Frank Zambuto. You missed it. Trump was here and had lots of good things to say
Yes.
about you, Frank. So go back and listen to the beginning of the show when you can.
I'm really hoping we can all come together and just talk about, again, the gorgeous, wonderful, I guess that was a German Shepherd of some sort.
Yes.
The dog?
Yeah, the dog. Ironically, a German Shepherd. I don't know how that's ironic. I don't know. You know, and we can fall in love with that puppy and bring the world just a little bit closer together. Because I got to admit, it is getting nuts. I don't care what side you're on. Just the fact that it's so over the top at this point.
It's annoying.
And we're going to try and have fun today. Well, why am I controlling the show? I'm sorry.
It's not mine anymore. Go ahead.
Italian Spider-Man over here. But by the way, I got to say, best costume.
Yeah, V, if
Yours was
you're
really good as
listening,
well.
can you post a picture? I probably should have said it to him. Can you post a side-by-side picture of me and the actual Italian Spider-Man? We went to a party Saturday. I'm forgetting what day it is already. And I decided to go as Italian Spider-Man.
Awesome.
And if you don't know who Italian Spider-Man is, please search him on YouTube. But
I'm
not
gonna
now,
I'm gonna do it
after the
after.
show. And watch it. And it's a great, great watch. You gotta watch all the episodes. It's riveting and just great cinema.
It was
It's on YouTube?
YouTube.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can find him. It was very movie-centric. You with the Italian Spider-Man, you and your family, wonderful Addams family.
Yeah,
That's
we went
why
as-
he's shaved like a baby's bottom.
Yeah,
folks.
I haven't had a
When
a
was the last
clean-shaven
time-
face probably in about. It's got to be almost.
Did it feel weird when
20 years.
when the air hit your face, your skin for the first time?
Well, when I took a drink, my chin was cold, and I was like, "Why is my chin cold?" Oh, that's right. And it was just annoying me. I kept doing this all day. It was driving me nuts. But yeah, but usually around the winter time, since I work outside, I grow a beard, my winter beard, which my wife likes, which I'm not going to
wives.
complain. But yeah, we went as my daughter was Wednesday Addams, my son was Pugsley, I was Gomez, and my wife was Morticia. Told her to keep the wig.
Nice.
And yeah, we had a really good. We went to a family party, and
You
unfortunately, I'm
can't
trying
post
to.
a picture in the comments, so you're gonna have to go to my
Oh.
Facebook page or whatever and check it out.
Cheap plug. Awesome.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
yesterday also I got to see you.
Yes, it was fun.
I want to thank Paul Bond and the Actors Workshop. Paul Bond is doing a comedy course, a beginner's comedy course. It's a 6-week course, and at the end, you get to perform. So last night was their performance.
It was
for
almost
the
like a
students.
rehearsal, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Just it's almost like not a rehearsal.
Recital.
Recital.
Yeah, and it was very interesting
Yes.
to see. These first timers go up, and I short of the one woman who was like, I'm allowed to use my notes, which is understandable, which was great. I honestly, I'm not just saying this. I wouldn't have really known it was like first timers going up.
And I
there.
got to say, a lot of professional comedians that have been in the business for a long time do bring notes up as well.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I've
They're-
heard that. Yeah.
They know they're doing it, so it'll be
Yeah.
like, taped to the seat or whatever, and you'll see them turn to get their drink of water as they're reading.
Oh, yeah.
and,
It's like it's like a magic act.
so I'm not gonna, but
it was
I
very
wish I
cool.
would have seen the progression because
Yeah.
Paul was like a proud poppy.
Yeah,
he really
he was.
was.
He looked like
he
it.
was so proud because apparently they came really far in the 6 week. And I want to thank Chris too, who runs the actor studio. He gives the acting lessons there, and he saw the progression and was amazed because a couple of students there are his acting students as well. And he's like, I didn't think they were gonna both of them. I didn't think it was gonna be so good because they were so worried about it, and they were like, "Oh, I can't do this." They're calling him, and all of a sudden, boom! It just clicked in.
Yeah,
and everybody
usually
put
once
on a great
you're
show.
in the thick of it, you're either one or two things. You're either going to bomb completely, or it's just going to come naturally.
And I got to perform there as well.
Yes.
And Frank
You
Fiala
had some
came
good
down
stuff.
and hosted. And his son
Yep.
Nick put on also did the show.
Oh, that was his
It
son.
great, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
That's
yeah, I
cool.
just want to say thanks to them. And I've been going to the actor studio for a while, and that's part of my upcoming things. And just I don't want to put it out there yet, but I got a big day next Sunday. So
Yes.
let's just leave it
Well,
at that. And if it
very
is,
good.
I'll be online talking about it.
Sweet.
You'll be on the better half talking about it.
Another thing that was a big topic during the World Series, just to keep on that, was the boobies. There were boobies at the World Series.
I thought that was a joke.
So did I.
At first, I thought it was like a Babylon
watched the video.
but no, apparently that was
have to
true.
go back and watch some baseball.
Two girls behind home plate flashed a
Did they have
picture.
one cup?
No.
All right, thank God.
Gross.
Let me ask you, why are they banned?
Are they banned
they
from
were
the
banned,
rest of the series?
I
or
think
from the
they're,
state?
I don't know if they're
banned for life or
for
something.
life.
From baseball?
Yeah.
Wow, Pete Rose bets and you can't
Gamble or
gamble.
show
I guess
boobs, you're
because
banned for life.
they're still trying to say it's a family sport, and they're at a
But
I don't-
aren't you
I don't
allowed
get
to show
it.
your breasts in a lot of places now?
I'm
What
pretty
happened to
sure
all
it's-
equal
it's
right
legal.
Things? There's some
I know in
states-
New York,
You know,
in New York
some
City.
It used to be certain beaches. Now it's just
maybe
in
it's
public.
because they're technically on private property. Maybe.
I don't-
Well,
It's-
so if we pulled our shirt up and showed our boobs, would we be
No,
banned?
there would
My
be.
tits
We'd
are
go
big
from
enough.
11 people to 0. In about, so I don't think anyone.
I mean,
would
if we
see
did that at the World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to
Actually,
me,
yeah, if
that's a
we
little
did,
bit of
yeah.
an overreaction.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe
like-
ban them for the rest of the series or whatever.
You know,
But
like in
they were nice.
some European countries, like Saturday morning cartoons, you got, like almost showgirls, like dancing,
Well,
and
from-
nothing sexual. It's
From
just
experience,
what it is.
when I went on my honeymoon, we went to Barcelona, Spain, France, and then Italy. We went to the beach in France, and it's topless. But it's a mind. I could curse on here, right? It's a
Yeah, I
mind
think so.
fuck
Yeah.
because you have kids from all kids and adults from all ages topless. So you have pretty hot 20, 30-year-olds. Then you got grandma,
Yeah.
but then you got 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and you're like,
But I think because over there, it's not a sexual.
it's a
thing.
normal. It's a norm,
it's
right?
just
But for
Right.
for stupid Americans, it's like, what?
got me through college. I think.
Your mother's watching.
I know
Your
she is.
It's
your mother's
scary.
watching.
And my
'cause
cousin too.
There's so much censorship going on right now, and I'm going to show you guys. Unfortunately, I can't share it. But Facebook is covering things now
Oh.
that are
Oh, wait.
supposedly offensive.
Yeah.
Like the shadow banning or whatever? Oh,
This
yeah,
photo
yeah.
may contain cruel or
seen
insensitive
that.
content. And then you
Yeah.
go to what the cruel and insensitive content.
Oh.
It's a picture of Michael Jackson says 18 hits, the Beatles 27 hits, Elvis 30 hits, and then the
Yeah.
Clintons 34 confirmed and still counting.
It's
That's
a stupid
covered.
meme.
That is
All this
covered
a
right
dumb
now.
Meme. It's
Speaking of Killary,
This is why, this is why, like, as far as social media, we were just talking about this in
Yeah,
the car.
yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for our podcasts,
That's
I
fair.
wouldn't,
So you
I
just-
wouldn't,
you let you on, right?
I wouldn't be on Facebook. I would have left
It's-
Facebook a long time
And
ago.
I
oh,
really
you
don't
kidding?
know.
You are a social media whore.
No. Here on Instagram, yes, and Twitter, yes. The reason why I have Facebook is because of the podcast, and it's about 90% of my logins.
Yeah, Rich is saying it's all MLB. They're completely banned
Really?
from baseball, so it's not even that
Wow.
stadium.
All right.
That's
well,
it.
wow.
It's
at least,
all baseball.
Them and Pete Rose, good for them.
Interesting.
And again, if I were them, I'd fight that. I hope some
Yeah.
women's right group picks that up or whatever, because
Honestly.
that's really, really
it's not like they were-
overreacting to boobs.
It's not like they were banging in the audience or whatever. So
People have gotten in less trouble for that.
I know it's
There-
You know, and you want to ban it
video.
from that stadium? That's one thing, but all of baseball? Come on.
yeah, it's
Come on.
crazy.
I mean, this is how sensitive we're getting now, and it's really.
This is why we need the XMB.
And I know we all like to blame Zuckerberg, but I really don't think it's him.
Zuckerberg.
And this is why. This is why. Facebook was pretty open with a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
remember, he had to go in front of Congress and explain about the privacy issues.
Mm-hmm.
After that, to me, it seemed like it started to change, and I know Frank's going to jump on this with his conspiracy theories.
Oh God.
And then, if you notice, he was meeting with certain Republicans,
Who's that?
Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah.
And I
yeah.
think it was about why certain right-leaning things are banned while left-leaning things are kept up. And then AOC grills him and basically calls him a white supremacist or a supporter of white supremacy.
Dumber than dirt. I can't stand
And still
that.
has no idea how the internet works, which is surprising for a millennial, but, you know.
yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty surprising.
It's crazy because she's like, oh, so if you see a law, you don't take it off? I would have turned around and be like, bitch, I leave you up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well.
And speaking of bitch, you see that one guy who's trying to ban the word?
Oh
Bitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's gonna. I think I actually called him a stupid bitch. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
that on
So come
time.
get me.
But I mean, this is getting scary
I
to the
never-
point where it's going to be people are going to dream for the days of
Thought
Hitler.
police.
I never understood.
Maybe
Look,
not that far, but
I get, words can be hurtful. The sticks and stones, fine, I get it. But, the idea of banning words.
your mom brought up a good point too.
I'm not getting it.
I don't know what that one is. The guy in Walmart.
There was a guy in Walmart that got caught having sex with a stuffed Olaf.
All right, there you go. Remember
And I
when-
bet you he's allowed. He probably is banned from that Walmart, but I bet you go on other Walmarts.
Oh, I bet you he's got an advocacy group.
Probably.
Probably.
Remember the guy way back when, like when like eBay just started, and the guy was selling a like a chrome tea kettle, and he had pictures of it on eBay.
Oh,
Like,
yes,
the
yes,
reflection was him.
yes.
We knew somebody who's trying to sell his soul on eBay.
People were selling virginity.
A good friend of
our
ours
friends tried selling their soul on eBay.
So yeah, and then he actually got bids on it, and then
Remember
eBay
the
took it off.
scams?
Oh yeah,
Where
I got
they had
scammed.
like the Xbox 360 and
it
it
was
was
just
small
a
prints in box.
box.
Yeah.
And it was selling for like 800, 900 bucks. It's like, hey, you didn't read the
Dial
small print.
911.
How many did you buy, Larry?
Don't worry about it.
Do you think they put Olaf back on the shelf?
Just gotta resell
Probably.
it.
They just said double stuffed Olaf.
Hey-o.
Why did you, I'm having some issues here. On
That's
my,
all right.
I have to watch your phone.
Banana
So
phone.
yeah, it is. It's almost Halloween. So we were talking about that. And
Yes.
you guys want to talk about McKamey Manor?
Yeah, this is let me try and pull this up. So I'm gonna need you guys.
And then,
to
now
work
the
on
weird thing,
thing.
while you're pulling that up, I don't know why this is such a big deal this year, because this has actually been around for quite some time.
Which I actually did hear about eventually. So long story short, nope, that's
But
not
now
it.
BAB is posting about it. The Ozzy Man Reviews is posting about it. I hear the radio talking about it.
Yeah.
Just all the budget
So-
work and everything
so
else.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's-
realize
yeah.
what entail. I was like, oh, you got. I know you got to sign your life away, sign a waiver, and then there's like
There's
a
a 40-page
waiver,
release.
and then if it lasts like 10 hours or something.
To win so basically
Plus.
what it is.
10 plus
here's what
hours.
it is.
That's yeah. I'll let him go through it, and then I'll explain what I think it is.
So it's this extreme haunted house that originally started in San Diego, California, moved over to Summersville or Summerstown or Summers Eve, Tennessee, and
Tennessee.
basically it's a horror house where if you can last, I believe, 10 hours is the full time, you would win $20,000. But like they were saying, there's a 40-page waiver. You have to pass a physical. Here's
I
what's
have
weird.
some of the
All right.
things that are.
Physical and mental exams.
Yes. And
They cater
actually-
it to your fears.
Yeah.
Yes.
So somebody sent this. We were talking about this last night at the party I was at, and somebody sent me some of the things that are in the actual waiver. I could read a few of the highlighted
Oh,
ones.
great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this actually starts at number 66. So this is number 66. Participants
Executive
fully
order.
understand and agree a nail may pierce their hand. I'm out right there. I get to, no, I'm good. No. Participants fully understand and agree that their hand may be smashed with tools. Now, $20,000 is not even going to cover your medical bills if you have to get reconstructive hand surgery.
Right.
Participants fully understand and agrees that choking may occur and that gagging or vomiting may occur.
They can shove stuff in your mouth.
Food and liquid.
Anything, yeah.
Participants fully understand and agree that their nails may be removed from their nail beds. No. If it was 200,000, maybe. If it was 2 million, definitely. But
If you got
20,000,
nothing to live for, game on.
when are you going?
I'll just be sitting there like, just go. And they'll be scared of me. As of 2015...
So now this isn't really a haunted house. This is actual torture.
It saw
Yes.
come to life. As of 2015, the owner claimed that the waiting list was 27,000 people long.
We're fucked as a society.
And it's I'm trying to find. There is an episode. There's a show on Netflix. I'm trying to find the thing.
Well,
We'll
you
find
look
it by
at
the
that.
end of the thing,
First of all,
but,
I
yeah.
don't believe it. I don't believe he's smashing your hand with a hammer. I don't believe he's pulling your nails out. This guy spent 28 years in the military as an interrogator. Okay?
Oh yeah, they're waterboarding is one of the things. Yeah, they'll waterboard you.
I don't know if they quite do that, but they do stuff very similar to it. Because I don't even think the U.S. is allowed to waterboard terrorists anymore. And I know, like,
Allegedly.
they're not allowed to, like, rough you up anymore, because that used to be part of it, too. They would throw you in the ditch. They would rough you up a bit. Now, I think he said that nobody's really going to touch you.
Well, then it's real easy at that point.
But it's not. You got to go
out.
into these real tight situations. You got cages on your head. There's snakes. There's supposedly rats. You got to crawl through a thing that's got mouse traps set up.
I've seen that in
you
professional
know,
wrestling.
Yeah, and even though all this stuff sounds easy, I was seeing some things on the frequently asked questions. Not allowed to curse, and you're not allowed to hit the participants.
You're not allowed to. Oh yeah, the guys. Yeah, the guy apparently.
So how about this?
I heard about the cursing.
How about you get scared and you oh fuck,
No,
and now you finish the whole thing, and he goes like you're Charlie and
No,
Chocolate
from
Factory.
what, no. From what,
Remember,
from what I understand, is that he takes deductions for every time you curse.
Right.
So you could start at
Okay.
20,000, and by the time you're done, you might walk away with like 15.8. You know, because I'd be like, fuck.
Oh god, I can't find the freaking show. Do you know what the entry fee to get into this place is?
Nothing.
A bag of dog food.
But if it's a suggested donation or a dog,
Yep.
I don't understand what's going to happen.
I saw like one thing. He had the guy. What did he do? He'll test you out because he's like your best friend. Yeah, I like you. Blah blah blah. As he's doing these things to you, in the pre-torture thing, and I saw this one guy. He had his head in the cage, and he had stuff on him. He goes, "Let me put the hose on you." So he's doing it nice on his head, and all of a sudden he's spraying it in his face. And he's kind of getting up and in there and seeing the guys like. And he goes, so now he knows water bothers him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that would bother anybody.
And
if there was
then they
shooting
go to the
water.
guy, and he's like, "Oh, it's like waterboarding." He goes, "That's nothing like waterboarding." He goes, he has no idea what he's in for.
Yeah,
So,
I'm getting heebie-jeebies thinking about it right now.
I don't know. I kind of.
You know, there are certain laws, and you
I'd watch-
can't sign away certain things. And that was a whole Dr. Kevorkian thing. If I
Right,
want you
yeah.
to kill me and I sign and you sign, you can't do it because it's illegal. So I really don't think he's smashing with hammers. I know there was a video someone sent me where he was drilling in someone's mouth and blood was spurting.
Oh, I saw
and I didn't
that.
buy it anyway because it was way too much
The only
blood. It looked
video
like a
I
horror
saw
movie. It
was
didn't look
was
real.
the grease. The guy's head was covered in like some sort of grease, and he kept kind of whacking him. But it wasn't really like he kept as he was trying to not add more grease to him. He kept like mushing the guy in the face.
Like I saw one like a pendulum, like just getting like very close to the guy.
Did you watch The Punisher?
The
Where-
TV show,
The TV show.
It was on the Netflix special,
All right,
I
TV
believe.
show.
Right, I didn't see
So
that one.
he's sizzling the bacon or whatever, and then hitting him with
Yeah.
nothing. But the guy thinks he's burning him. I think this guy uses his
Probably.
years of interrogator,
Psychological.
and because when you see stuff like that in there, now you're sensory deprived.
Yeah.
Your eyes are covered in tape. Your ears are covered in tape. You signed off that you're gonna let this guy pull your nails out, and all of a sudden you feel this.
I think I have no
You're gonna be like, okay, I tap out.
That's why I bite him.
And then
Did
he's
you
gonna
see what I
laugh
did?
at
Look,
you
you see what I
going-
did? Look, I literally just I went like this.
You know what I'm saying? You think it's going to happen, like
I guess that- there's definitely psychological
I think it's 3
warfare.
hours of pre-time before you even go through
You
it.
have to watch
And
a
you have to watch
2-hour
video.
video.
Veronica says that was in the movie.
And what do you think's is in the video? Probably him pulling people's nails out,
Yeah.
drilling in their faces, and waterboarding them.
So you're walking
and all
in
stuff
pre-
that he's really
pre-
not doing.
with it in
Right.
your head
So
already.
if you want to check it out, there's an episode. It's the show on Netflix is called Dark Tourism. The episode is Haunters: The Art of the Scare. So if you want to see what this thing
yeah,
is
the
all
popsicle
about,
stick while he was sizzling the steak.
and if you want to, give this a whirl.
And another thing too, like he said, he videos everything, and it's to
Right.
protect himself too, because he's making the
Yeah.
movies with it. But he said people swore that he was doing things to them, like maybe burning them,
right.
or waterboarding
I guess
them.
to show that he's
and
actually
he said
not.
No, and he showed in the video, like, look, there's you, there's
So
I wasn't
it
doing
basically
it.
it's mind over matter.
Plus, he says he hypnotizes people.
Oh, there you go. So then you walk around and think you're a chicken.
So I don't know.
right.
I guess
Problem.
people are susceptible to that. So maybe he tests you out. Because again, that whole 3-hour preview thing,
Yeah.
he's testing you. When you're watching that movie, a camera's on you from every angle. So if you're watching,
Like a
you're laughing.
Scientology,
He's going, okay, that's not it. That's
Yeah.
not it. Then you see someone getting their nails pulled out, and he sees like what Frank just did. He's like, okay, we're
did
going to
it
do the
again.
nail thing to him. And I think you're allowed to pick 2 things that you can't have done.
Okay.
You're allowed to. But
Interesting.
if I say I don't want to eat bad food, you might say that's too vague. You don't have to eat rotten eggs. But we're going to shove rotten meat in your mouth,
Yeah.
or something. But there was one thing I heard that someone said on the liquids. It could be blood, urine, or something else.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not
Sounds like
eating
a
anything
typical
disgusting.
Saturday
I'm
night.
not
I'll
drinking
just watch the
anything
Great
disgusting.
Pumpkin. I'm good.
and again, there's really no definitive time frame on it because I saw like 8 hours plus.
I think
no one
like
ever completes it.
the longest someone lasted, I think, was 4 hours.
So say you're sensory deprived and you're in this real tight space and it's really hot or really cold. Anybody could deal with that for a little bit, but can you sit there for 4 hours in that?
Well, I do work for the post office, so I mean, I think
so
I'd be
maybe
all right.
for you it'd be all right.
I think if I
Frank's
could
won
actually
this money
step
a
up,
long
I don't.
time
Can I
ago.
come back?
But you
I'll pay
understand what I'm saying, because I've
$20,000.
seen where people were in coffins and stuff like that. So maybe there's only so long you can take it. And
Yeah.
it can, choke you or do whatever right to the point you're going to pass out. And if people go, oh, no, they can't. Join any martial arts studio, especially ones that teach jiu-jitsu. They can't
right.
do that. And again,
Yeah.
he could hold your arm and get it right to the point where it's going to break and then let it go and do it. And there's no permanent damage to you. But
It's
at that time, it's
psychological.
like, okay, I can't do this anymore. one of the things that Hoist Gracie used to do when there was no time limit on matches, he would just, like, when they were on his back, he would just do this to him.
Oh, yeah. And that just gets annoying.
And it's fun.
while, yeah.
That doesn't bother you.
Yep.
But if I did that to you for 20 minutes straight, like he would do,
Yeah, forget
it's like,
about
all
it.
right. And then he would move and he'd get him.
Yep.
The water torture, the Chinese water torture, is just you tie down and water dripping on your forehead. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't do anything
It just
to you.
goes nuts.
But after a while, it
What
will drive
movie
you
was
crazy.
I watching? Oh, it was an old horror movie. Mark of Death, I think it was called, from like the 60s. Terrible movie. And that's like
Steven
one guy.
Seagal in it? Because it sounds like his
It should have been.
That's marked for death, right?
Yeah.
It's not like No Retreat, No Surrender I saw over the weekend.
Go anybody see Richie?
And yeah, the
was
guy
out
was
for
getting like
justice.
water tortured, and you just throughout the movie, you just see him kind of get nuttier and nuttier, and then he just lost it to the point where he was just beyond being saved.
I think you would have to be crazy to get through this without it bothering you.
Yeah.
Just imagine, because you're drinking water and everything else in there, you go into this thing for 10 hours.
Yeah.
You think he's going to let you take a bathroom break?
That's what I'm saying.
I just
You
thought
think
of
he's
something.
letting you take a bathroom break?
No, I personally
I have to
think
go in my
that
pants.
any convicted serial killers or pedophiles should have to go through this, and if they can make it through, they could.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Not a bad idea.
I'd put that shit on pay-per-view. I'll pay for that. I'll pay for
Yeah.
put the money towards the family's charities, funds, or whatever.
Like the
Expensive.
running-
See, like I said, I think it's literally...
We're not far from the running
Nah, I
man.
know,
Okay,
trust
so
me.
I think it's literally impossible to get through this thing, which is why Green
Yeah.
Berets, Navy SEALs, all this stuff has failed, because I just think that there's... With 40 pages,
Yeah,
there's
I know.
loopholes for
Yeah.
him
I tap out
to
right
get out
there. I'm like, I don't
any
wanna
way
read
he
it.
wants.
I don't want to read this much.
And plus, there's like 3 parts to it. It's
I think someone should be checking this guy out because I think he's a little.
Supposedly, that's why he moved to Tennessee.
there's like
so-
stunts, breakers, and
Is it
skills
just him,
something
or
like
does he have a
that.
staff?
No, this is staff.
It depends.
it's
Like
that.
sometimes it's him and his wife. Sometimes he's got people there. I think he doesn't really have people so much anymore that they're not physically doing anything to you.
Right, right.
But they would basically kidnap you. They throw the thing over, throw you down, cuff you, put the thing. Now I guess people were winning their court cases with that, so that doesn't happen anymore.
No, well,
But
It's creepy.
you know, sometimes psychological torture is worse than physical torture.
it is. But you
Again,
know,
I work at the post office,
Yeah.
so
maybe you could
psychological
get through.
torture.
You
Psychological
might get
torture
through the whole thing
is
laughing.
a normal.
Okay, give me the money.
it's a cakewalk.
Come on.
Take
Come
the
on, that's all you
$500
got?
for my cursing and give me the rest.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, if you had to choose between a world where you had the Running Man or the Purge, what would you rather have?
The Purge.
Because you pretty much could
without
protect
that,
yourself
yeah.
more.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the Running Man, though, Purge.
You get Richard Dawson.
Yeah, I was
back,
going to say.
I mean,
That's what I was
Well,
thinking.
for Richard
Yeah.
Dawson to come back, then it would do it. Just for
Absolutely.
that, though. Richard Dawson was a man.
Absolutely.
I think we're about 25 years away from the Purge.
I think you're being generous. Yeah. I think
Well-
after January 1st, we're going to be that much closer to it.
Well, yeah, I think there's definitely
It's going to be like Death Wish, whatever.
there's going to be more
epi-
Death Wish
vigilantes.
5. I wish I was dead.
Whatever number it was. Remember
It's
when you had
gotta
the
be
whole
from
town
Family
behind
Guy.
him?
Simpsons. Which one?
Remember? You
I
had the
never
whole
watched
town
any
to
of
help
them,
the gang? Did you watch the Death Wish? Somebody out there watched all the Death Wishes.
I don't watch
There was-
all of them. I've
there
seen
was,
them.
There was one of
Charles
them
Bronson's still alive.
where there was
and
like a
watching.
gang that ran the town and he couldn't do it himself, so he started recruiting everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
fought back. That's what you're going to start seeing here.
Yeah,
soon.
you're going to see vigilantes,
Yeah.
and that's exactly.
And once
what-
once that becomes the norm, I think that's when the government might step in. Because you got to wonder sometimes with these movies, are they movies or are they testing going, let's see how far we can push these idiots.
It's like war games.
Because when you
Yeah,
hear some of
that's
these
true.
politicians talk and people still support them, we are that dumb.
Oh yeah,
You know, we
Oh,
really
yeah.
are.
There's a lot
I think
of dumb
those
people.
Facebook things that go around every year are tests, like if you don't do this, you
Oh,
get a
God, I
charge.
hate those.
Or the money bag things. Oh, this month has 5 Mondays, 5 Tuesdays, and 5 Wednesdays. It happens once every 823 years.
Yeah.
Then why'd you post the same
It
thing
happened
2
3
years
months ago, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Oh,
doesn't
I do
happen,
like that, you know. Like,
I like how every something that we often talk about on the Better Half is Back to the Future. It's like, oh, today's November 12th. Today's December 15th. That's the day Marty went
Yeah.
back. And I'm like, no,
No.
it's not. It's not.
Not anymore.
You know, every month that's the day Marty went back. No,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah,
oh,
we're
I know you're
stupid.
talking about. Yeah, I remember
You know,
that.
they show
Yeah.
the digital, you know.
And meanwhile, I was watching Back to the Future 2 on October 21st, 2015, and like when it clicked over, I was just like, this ain't in the future anymore.
No.
This movie just doesn't do it for me no
Well, what
more.
are we? We're
4
like
years.
a week away from Blade Runner, right?
Oh yeah, that's
2019,
right.
that's
Yeah,
right. I forgot about
2019.
that.
Yeah.
And,
November.
I just remember when Escape from New York in 1997 was, which I would love to see.
And yeah, how far are we away from that? With technology, the Blade Runner type,
Blade Runner,
real.
Yeah, it's. I don't know why my phone is doing this. It just keeps repeating
Your
that everyone's
phone
watching.
is over now.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't get a new phone every week like you
Every
because I
year.
have
Every year. It's a
a
re-up.
fiscal
It's a
responsibility.
re-up.
It's a
I'm
re-up.
paying cheaper for this phone now than I did last year.
Okay,
That's because you can't spend that money.
I can.
This is what
I
you see in
choose
the
not
Better Half
to.
podcast.
Choose not to.
This is
Larry
exactly what's going
frustrates
on.
me on what he spends on crap.
It's stuff that I.
I'm a little
enjoy.
jealous.
Okay,
but,
thank you.
But
There we go.
also
I am
frustrating.
vindicated.
See, that is a huge advantage to being single. Like, I could go in the Harley dealer and be like, you know what? I think I want that bike. I'm going to trade 2 of my bikes and buy that one, which I just did last week.
Surprise,
When
surprise.
you're married, you can't
No,
really get away
you
with that.
really can't. Like,
Unless you do what my father did. My
Which
father
is?
was smart. He the first
hit
time
everything?
he just he just kind of bought it.
And then-
I forget whether it was the first or second time, but I think he did say to her, like, where you go? I'm going to buy a motorcycle. But he did it like so nonchalant. Yeah, right, whatever.
It's better to ask for
Then he did
forgiveness
one.
and permission.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And he did it, and it's like, what'd you do? He goes, I told you I was doing it. I didn't believe you.
I'm honest.
So then he
Yeah.
got bored with it, because you start out with a certain bike, but he was ready for a bigger
Right.
bike. So where you guys going? I'm going to buy another motorcycle.
That's awesome.
So okay, so we went, and he did. He put it on the credit card. He bought the bike right then and there. So he comes home with the bike. What's this? It's like, I told you I was going to buy a motorcycle.
Again,
What? What are you
being
doing?
honest.
That is
He's
awesome.
like, look, I didn't lie to you, honey. I told you I was doing it. He goes, you
right
didn't
there
have
in the
money to
open.
buy it. He goes, I know. That's why I put it on the credit card.
She,
And
Veronica just,
until the bill came in, she still wasn't sure if it was him or me or
Right.
like if she believed it. She goes, "What the hell did you charge all this money for?" He goes, "The motorcycle. Where have you been?"
Well, Veronica says not every wife is a naysayer. No, mine isn't either. And I spoke about this on our show. I have always, since I'm probably in college, have had trouble spoiling myself
trouble.
or treating myself to things because I've always had some sort of responsibility.
told about this, yeah.
I've had either, I have some sort of debt or whatever, so I always feel guilty when I treat myself to something. There are things that I like and I'll see, I'm like, oh, I would really love that. And my wife's like, just buy it. And I'm like, yeah, but we got this coming up and this coming, we got this one's birthday or that, and I'm like, and part of me is like, well, she knows I like it. Maybe buy it for me for Christmas or something. But I won't get it. But whatever. That's a whole nother podcast. But no, like I just always have trouble treating myself to anything, and I've always been like that. Like so, recently Larry had an event for the retro gamers at Cradle
Aviation, Long Island
Aviation.
Retro Gaming Expo 2019.
Yeah, and I went to hell with myself, and I spent, which is odd for me, I spent
You
like
did.
$50 on crap that I don't need, and it was
Quiz
like,
Whiz.
Quiz Whiz was a game from the '80s that I loved as a kid, and I got a great deal on like 14 of them.
I have to ask you, how much was Sergeant Slaughter's belt that you were so torn about?
Oh,
buying?
he wasn't budging. It's a 1 of 1.
He wasn't
Was he
selling
wasn't
it.
budging on
Oh,
the price, or he wasn't budging on
No, he
selling
wasn't
it?
He wasn't
selling
budging
it.
on selling it.
Oh, okay.
And I told
okay.
him, I'm like, Sarge, there are 9 ATMs right behind you, and I got like 5 credit cards on me right now. I will max each and every one of these out
Your
for
mother
this
would have
belt.
killed you.
I live on my own now. I wanted
Well,
that.
if you would have bought that belt, you would have had to go right back
That's
home.
true, yeah. Belt was
Living in my
gorgeous.
basement.
Gorgeous with my collection of belts. Of course, Hasbro has no idea it exists, but but it's well worth it.
Well, now you should turn them in because he wouldn't sell it to you.
This is true.
You son
Turn
of a bitch,
right
I'll show
around.
you.
Or you could just, steal from, like, you've killed how many celebrities now that you have
No,
autographs from?
no. Look, I had 2 celebrities who I failed to accidentally pay for autographs are now no longer with us on this planet, and one of which was an error.
What's in the box?
And the other one kind of deserved it. Not to die. No. It was Ashley Mazzaro from the WWE and Violet Beauregard from
The
the original
opinions of
Willy
Larry
Wonka.
Mormon are
No,
Larry
I'm
Mormon's
just
alone,
saying.
not the opinions of the Newman Show, the Better Half Podcast,
You're off after tonight,
Paradise
please.
Studios,
What do you
on
care
Strong
about?
Island Radio.
You're walking home.
But actually, I've had a few run-ins at Comic-Con. I've gotten
Really?
into a fight with Will Wheaton. I've gotten into an argument.
Will Wheaton.
I've gotten into an argument with William Shatner. I've
Larry, get a life.
like I said,
Why are you arguing with me?
Violet Beauregard from the original Willy Wonka was a little bit of a jerk. And
Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
and Violet Beauregard, she was like $25 for an 8x10 autograph or $100 on a pop vinyl. I was like, what? Why is this so much? She's like, well, we don't want anyone reselling
All I
them
see
online.
is I have Home Depot bill. I just got my wife a new car, the mortgage, and now I have a problem with a leak in one of the rooms where I have to rip the sheetrock out of the
Wouldn't you rather
ceiling.
have a pop vinyl? And
I think I would
WWE
love to
belt?
have a Greg Brady pop vinyl.
You know what's an awesome Brady Bunch one though? They have like a
don't
2-pack.
care. I don't care.
It's Jan Brady and
I
George Glass,
don't care.
but the George Glass side is empty.
That's funny.
That is pretty.
See what
good.
happens when I start talking wrestling on the better half? Frank completely zones out. And I don't even talk wrestling. I'm just talking about my
No,
experience.
because you could
that
talk-
happens to be at a wrestling show.
Right, but then you get into super uber details that no
No,
one,
I
including
don't.
myself, care about.
Not really,
Yes, really. You do
but
get
they're my own details.
This is the better half. We just fight with each other for 2 hours.
We are like a married couple.
I'm just enjoying the show. So
So this is
We're
what
taking
we do.
over. See you later.
So actually, no. The Better Half podcast originally was married life versus married single, and
Married life versus single life.
But
Yeah.
Larry refuses to date.
It's not that I refuse to date. It's just I've
Larry does not like to share. So
gone through this. I'm an only child, and Frank thinks, "Ma, where are you? I'm in the wrong chat room right now."
no. Larry does not like to share, and so he doesn't want to open up his life to someone and do
So-
things that would have to. I'm talking about you right now. Please don't interrupt. He does not like to share and open up his life to someone else because then he would have to do things that they cared about.
This is true.
Okay, and I'm
so
not.
we'd have to find someone that was like a huge wrestling fan.
Even still,
video game.
it would take away from his wrestling and his because it would be,
I like being my own person, and I like being able to do what I want, go where I want to go. Kind of like the great MC Hammer once said, I do what I want to do, go where I want to go, live where I want to live, play how I want to play.
the Addams family.
Thank
See
you.
how it comes full circle? Full circle, folks.
But so we've decided.
And I've fallen so many times. You know this in my history. I would meet that one person who I thought was the one person who that was a completely one-sided opinion, and I would fall head
But
over
that's
heels.
exactly what
But
dating
everybody
is.
No, I
does.
get it,
Everybody
but
does.
I'm
I've
so
fallen in
tired
love
of
1,000
I'm
times.
over
If
it.
you really break it down, dating inherently is meant to fail until you find that one
This
person.
is, I'm
You
sure
get
all
I
worked
get it,
out.
but
You get dating right one time.
yeah.
Pretty much is
I
it.
know a couple people have got it right a couple of
Well,
times.
after the divorce, then they get it right a second
they
time.
try again.
But I don't know. It's just and with recently I was like, you know what? I'm just that one just wasn't interested. So I'm like, how many times I can put myself? I'm almost 40.
I'm not
I'm an old
talking
man.
about that. You're not
And I'm
old.
like, I'm done. I got one foot in the grave.
No,
my
you
back
don't.
is giving
You're-
out. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
I gotta wait for my
Ride a
pension to kick in.
motorcycle, hit the road,
There you go.
cross
I'm done.
country.
Literally.
You could literally do podcasting across America.
Podcasts across America.
Don't sing. He does this all the time. But anyway, as I was saying, we've kind of shifted formats a little bit on our
Yeah.
podcast. It's more of I'm miserable being happy.
And I'm happy being miserable.
So
Okay.
that's kind of like what the better half is now. So who has that?
But we still have the March Babeness every March.
Yes, March Babeness
So
every
that's-
every
I'm
March
looking
we're going to do
forward to
that.
Yeah.
Angela White, I still have not I've yet
Reigning
to
champion.
contact, but now we have a new
Oh, yeah,
we
well,
might have a new category
well,
altogether with the
Boy Meets World
with
veteran.
with Maitland Ward who was on Boy Meets World is now a full-fledged porn star. So we might have to
and
open
so
up a
was
whole
the
new
girl
category.
from Family Matters.
Oh, that's why she left. Well, no, that's not why she left, because she was 5 when she was on the show. No, she eventually, the daughter, the young,
pretty young to get porn.
the young daughter, like disappeared out of
Creepy.
nowhere. She went into porn.
Like Chuck from Happy Days just went upstairs and never came back down. Never came back downstairs.
Oh, we actually have our special episode coming
Yes,
up.
every Christmas season we have Anthony Rippo from the Retro Gamers podcast
Yep.
on, and we break down a 80s sitcom, very special episode. So
First one we did was
Like Dudley getting touched by the bicycle repairman.
that's coming
we've
up,
spoken
I think,
about
yeah.
that.
Okay.
The fir-
we
fir-
focused. I'm sorry, we focused on Fonzie Christmas episode on Happy Days.
when Fonzie was alone on Christmas, and
What about the one when he went blind and Richie disassembled his bike?
yes, and he had to put it back
I
together.
would have kicked his ass.
Yes, oh, that's a great one.
I would have kicked his ass.
And do you know what? There's another one where Fonzie has to say the word wrong.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
and he's like,
classic.
And the second year we did
Saved by the Bell,
the famous
classic,
Saved by the Bell.
Jesse
caffeine
episode?
Jesse
episode.
episode.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm so scared.
Which brought me down a was a rabbit hole.
Yeah, you were-
I've never watched Saved by the Bell growing up,
Okay.
and then I watched about 9 episodes in a row, and I'm like,
You hooked?
I know I was disturbed because I'm like, why is this guy jumping through this girl's window? He's
Oh, yeah.
was-
Well, Zach Morris.
Well, it's funny because especially
Zach Morris.
if you were a fan of the show, have you seen the YouTube episodes of Zach Morris's Trash?
Yes, I've heard.
Some of
Yeah,
them
I've
are
seen.
pretty
I've seen
funny.
some
No,
of
I
those.
haven't seen it.
Basically, a guy breaks
if
out
you're a
an
fan of the
episode.
show, check it out because it does
A guy
make a lot of sense.
breaks out an episode of Saved by the Bell, basically showing how like Zach said like saving everyone. He's actually really being a big douche.
He's a douche.
And everything.
It's the
pretty fun.
Karate Kid syndrome.
And the
where Danny's actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
the when I was in California last year,
Ah.
I went to the Saved by the Bell pop-up restaurant. Saved by the Max, it was called.
That would
thing
have been
was
cool.
Awesome.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you talked about
I think
that.
it was very cool. So that's basically what we got.
But actually, we're all kind of trash because what was the girl that came on briefly?
Who is?
And like nobody asked where she went or what
Tori.
happened to her. Yeah,
The
it was just
biker?
like
Yeah, biker chick,
It's like,
Tori.
fuck her.
Yeah, that was
Gone.
when old Kelly Kapowski and Jesse
We're
went
in
off
contract
somewhere.
negotitions.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ended
Well,
up
that's what happened. One of my
relocating.
favorite shows growing up.
But at least
the
make
Dukes of Hazzard.
acknowledgement. Like she was a big part of the
Dukes of
show. Make
Hazzard.
some sort of
Coy
acknowledgement.
and Vance.
Oh, when their cousins came in.
Yeah, because they were in contract negotiations, and I'm like, all right, this is
was
believable.
so
They
bad.
went off to go racing. I was like a little 8-year-old. I'm like, hey, of course.
It's like,
That
why
was
wouldn't
so
it?
bad.
Like, remember 8 Simple Rules? My teenage daughter would. Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, you're the worst. You leave John Ritter alone.
And that's the comedy you get
Wow.
on the Better
You
Half.
know, good
podcast.
comedy, bad comedy.
Too soon.
Too
soon.
tsunami.
Oh man. So yeah, we got a few minutes left. So I just want to take some time. I want to thank Bob and happy birthday to Bobby as well.
Happy
Hey,
birthday.
Hey, happy birthday!
I don't know if he's in there or in the back, but
And real quick, I know you're going to get into something, but we way now late doing this bit.
Nah, it's all right.
But last week you had that disgusting Hawaiian pizza.
That
that
wonderful
was phenomenal
Hawaiian
pizza
pizza.
and garlic nuts. Do not-
disgusting.
No.
I mean, not because of the place, it's Hawaiian pizza. So we decided to bring you
Some
a cannoli.
cannolis.
Okay.
Cannolis.
We left the guns, we took the cannolis.
Exactly. So.
Well, while they're taking that out, I definitely want to thank Bobby, Paradise Studios, and Strong Island for having me here. It's been probably about a year that we've been here.
that's a nice
yeah.
As
cannoli.
part of Pin Up Cool Cats and the Newman Show, and it's been a long, interesting ride. I've had very fun guests, some very interesting guests. Great, like Bang Bang Luna, and I'm not going to start naming them because I'm never going to remember them all. But just people, I mentioned her specifically because Teresa was a big fan of hers on Instagram. And it was like, wow, I would love to have her on. And then I happened to go to a show that she was at. And I'm like, hey, I have a show. You want to be on? She's like, sure. So that was like really cool to like reach out to someone I had no idea who it was.
It really is
And-
amazing, this thing
Yeah.
we do. I mean, you know, we started. We still are in each other's basements. Oh, well, now Larry's on the second floor. But you know, we have a fan who's very active in our show from Chicago, and it just blows my mind. This complete stranger, Rob, who's he's become an active part of the show. He's constantly interacting with us, and it's just, you know, I'm just a nobody guy from Long Island, and you know, it's just amazing how this is, you know, this medium is just get your voice out there.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it's whatever, 20 people here or 10 people there, I don't really care. I'm having fun. I'm having fun with
And
my
basically,
buddy.
I met Larry that way because I met you from the improv class.
Right,
If I didn't
right.
have the show, I wouldn't have had you guys on.
Right,
So,
absolutely, yeah.
You know, it's nice to you know, this comes together, and I have made some friendships, which I hope last. And I forget to promote myself. This Saturday, I'm at the Shabby Tappy Cafe in Huntington, doing some comedy there. It's going to be real cool.
Like Harry for a second. That's
Yeah.
what it sounds. That's what it sounds like. Shabby tappy.
Oh.
But the
Harry,
cats
Harry.
are actually there. They're all
Okay, they're
adoptable.
poking
So
around, Kitties.
then Monday
Really?
is, you know, next Monday is the Irish Pub. Come down for the fan slash
In Baldwin.
the appreciation show for everybody that wants to come down. And then that Wednesday after that is going to be an Aragona's comedy show, which I'm also in. Because that's how I do my breaks. I just
There you go.
2-3 gigs a week.
Keep busy.
Hey,
But-
you're out there. You're putting yourself out there. It's a good thing.
Again, this is not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for now. I want to thank the fans for tuning in over the last couple of years on both shows. Again, if you guys weren't tuning in, there'd be no sense because it'd just be like me.
Just talking to
Just
three
talking,
cameras.
yeah.
That's what I do.
So I will be back when, I don't know. I'll hit Facebook Live once in a while, you know, just to say hi and see what's going on. And hopefully this break is shorter rather than longer. And hopefully when I come back, I'll have some really, really big news,
That'd be awesome.
which I'm hoping will come through.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
I guess this is the 4th time now, I think. So.
Fourth or fifth time, something
But no,
like that,
I mean,
yeah.
it's great. We have a ball every time we come here. So,
And
you know.
real quick, I know we only got a couple minutes left, but let's forget about the first gift that we brought to Dennis the very first time, the mug.
The Ranger
The
mug.
Ranger mug. Not
Huge
realizing-
life Long Islander fan.
Huge Long Islander fan.
Well,
I
that
still
was-
have that mug. I use it though.
I was actually
I
going to
do
wear
use it.
a Ranger shirt tonight, but I was like, I can't do that for his last show. But But no, it's been great. Obviously, and we love to be here we'll be here, as fans and hopefully as guests when you come back.
Actually, is there a show after Mike and Bobby come in here for a couple of minutes with a mic?
Babu.
Oh, look at this.
Because another thing I don't do, I forget to promote the station enough, and all formats we're on. I know a big thing right now is Roku.
Like the last episode of The Tonight Show.
Yeah. I wanted to bring you in because I always forget to push it. Can you explain a little bit about the Roku and the other formats that we're on?
Is he mic'd?
All right, so, well, now he'll pick me up. So, for all those who have Roku smart TVs, just go to your Roku, set it up, and then search streaming channels, search Dry Island Entertainment, and all of our shows will be on there, including The Newman Show. We're also, on Facebook, on YouTube, on
Spreaker.
Vimeo. Well, the radio shows are on Spreaker, and
Okay.
SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, everything. So it's pretty much...
And the studio is amazing. You have
Yeah,
like
it's
4 different
fantastic.
rooms in the studio. We have radio, music, band.
And
You have
it's going to be getting bigger, too.
Awesome.
So
fantastic.
beginning of next year, we'll be expanding next door, opening up 2 more sets.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Hopefully they'll have room for me when I come back.
There you go.
Plenty of room for you.
Awesome.
Thank
But
you.
again, thank you for everything,
You got it.
and happy birthday again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Guys, thanks.
And I'll see you next week if you're at the Irish pub. If not, I'll see you when I see you.
Laters.
Later,
Peace.
people.